People who want doula support under the value of it, not having the funds to pay for it, while having like $1,000 crib and a $900 stroller and like thousands of dollars of stuff in their nursery, because that is how their community is supporting them. And there's just like this disconnect there that I think needs to change. So I'm here to change it.
Women need to empower women, and our voice matters.
Bitch.
Welcome to the Mom Bench Podcast. This episode of the Mom Bench Podcast is brought to you by BTRNation.com. Oh, hey, busy mama. Do you need a snack that is not just healthy, but also delicious? Check out BTR Nation. With low sugar, low carb, high protein, high fiber, and low sodium, BTR Nation snacks are perfect for keeping you fueled and feeling fantastic throughout the day. Whether you're tackling your to-do list or you're enjoying a rare moment of peace, these snacks have you covered. Plus, for a limited time, you can use code MOMBATCH to get 20% off and free shipping. So do not wait. Visit BTRNation.com. They even have a snack quiz so you can help discover your favorite healthy treats.
Kaitlin McGreyes, welcome to the Mom Bench Podcast. We're so pumped because you are like an innovator. So Kaitlin owns Be Her Village, which I feel like when you think of baby registries, or at least when I started to make my baby registry, I was like, what do I put on it? And everyone has their own opinion. But where you fall into play, where you don't find it on a standard baby registry, is all of the different ways you can kind of build your village and build your resources outside of bottles, binkies, the standard essentials. So I'm wondering if you can give us a little bit about your story behind Be Her Village, what inspired you to start this platform, and how Be Her Village differentiates between other baby registries.
The thing is, we know how to find stuff, right? And like, I found it really easily. I did what most people do. I had a baby shower. I made a registry. Back then, I was like in a store, like literally booping all these things on the shelves into my baby registry and feeling so prepared. I was like, I have got this. I have researched the best baby blankets. I know exactly what car seat I need. I painted a mural, I like had my cloth diapers picked out. I was ready to go. I had so much research and time put in to my registry and to the things that I needed for my baby. I was ready to kick motherhood's ass. Like I was like, go, and then I had my baby and I was like, oh, none of this is helping. This is not what I need. So like in a nutshell, that's how Be Her Village started. It was just going, oh my God, this unplanned cesarean was not what I thought it was going to be. And none of these things are helping. This absolute agony that breastfeeding was and trying to push through that was not what the stuff in the store prepared me for. So I just felt like this wild disconnect between the like beautiful baby showers, like so excited to be loved and like in community with the women in my life. It was unbelievable. And then like if it was a commercial, you would like flash forward to like me naked in my nursery with bleeding nipples, just going, what's happening here? Like, this is not the thing I needed. None of this is what I needed. And it actually was just sort of the experience that I had becoming a mother. And I thought, all right, this was my fault. I messed up somewhere. This is obviously, I messed this up. I didn't research the right thing. I didn't register for the right thing. I got caught off guard. And then I became a doula. And I supported like hundreds of mothers. And I watched all of them get caught off guard in similar ways. And I was like, so maybe it's not just me. And maybe it's not just you. And maybe all of us are being failed, right? Like maybe we're just getting something really big and obvious wrong. And I think we are, which is why we're trying to like correct that a little bit by just creating a baby shower registry and a baby shower gifting experience that actually helps the mother and actually helps make new motherhood and new parenthood feel good. And yeah, so that's the background of Be Her Village. It's just like, all right, everyone knows where to get a bottle. Everyone knows, like, you can Amazon Prime things like immediately to your house, and you should, and people will, but it's harder to connect with that quote unquote village. The village is hard to define, right? It's hard to build. And it's something that we all deeply need and aren't maybe talking about. But there is like this feeling of people are like, wait, I think I need to do something a little bit differently. And their baby registries are looking the same. So that is what inspired and is the entire story behind Be Her Village. It is like my experience of getting all the things I was told I needed and then not having anything I needed, and watching tons of mothers go through the exact same thing while also building this doula practice and seeing parents like not have enough money to pay for a doula. People who want doula support under the value of it, not having the funds to pay for it, while having like $1,000 crib and a $900 stroller and like thousands of dollars of stuff in their nursery, because that is how their community is supporting them. And there's just like this disconnect there that I think needs to change. So I'm here to change it.
I love that, because like when you have your baby, right, it's all about welcoming this new baby. But what about welcoming the new mother? You're a completely different person, and your body has been torn to shreds. Especially if you're a first time mom, you don't really know like what you need or the resources out there. So not only is this allowing people to help pay for things, but also it's opening people's eyes to things that they may not have ever known existed.
I mean, let's talk about the services too, in case, people haven't gone to BeHerVillage.com. So when we think of Be Her Village, we're not talking about a normal registry, right? Bottles, so on and so forth. We're talking about resources. And so can you explain some of the services that women can have on their registry nowadays?
Absolutely. So this registry is filled with all the things that new parents need. And it's honestly, the sky is the limit. We make it totally customizable, but we have doulas, birth doulas, postpartum doulas. We have prenatal massage, postnatal yoga. We have lactation consultants. We have pelvic floor specialists. We have mom groups. We have maternal mental health specialists. We have chiropractors and acupuncturists. We have classes. We have car seat specialists. We have CPR. We have baby proofers. We have like all of the professionals that support new parents from start to finish. And honestly, the list goes on and on. We have over 2,000 professionals right now across the US on Be Her Village, and so much more, right? It's like we have household help. You can get pet sitters and laundry care, like somebody to come and do your laundry for you. We have all the things that take the burden off of new parents and also support their experience, because the hard part of being a new mom is just getting any of your own needs met, right? It's really easy. Well, kind of easy to take care of your new baby. It's easy because you're just like chemically love them and are just, they become, at least for me, it's like you just look at them and it's like, all right, you're my entire world now. It's easy to do that. It's less easy to go, okay, I still need to eat and sleep and maybe work out or go back to work or like have an identity separate from caring for this little one. And when we're giving birth, no matter how you give birth, you have a recovery of your own to consider. But it's like one of the only medical events that happens for us where we're handed a newborn and not handed like a PT script and, somebody to come to your house and like help you work out. Like my stepfather just had a hip replacement because that's the age he is now. Everyone's having replacements of joints, but like they literally have like this coordinated care. The doctor, the urologist, the hip people, the PTs are in home. He's FaceTiming with nurses. Like he has so much care surrounding this hip. And I'm just looking like, oh my God, I literally had a C-section and was handed a baby.
See ya.
And like, goodbye. And that's it. And they don't want to see you for weeks. They don't give you PT. They don't tell you how to take care of this little thing. Like, and that moment, I think is like a unique binding moment that most parents are familiar with, this feeling of like when the professionals, like the medical professionals, whether it's home birth or hospital birth, when the people and the adults in the room leave and you are the person that's left to take care of a brand new baby. It's like, whoa, I have no idea what I'm doing. And like, sure, instincts will get us somewhere, right? Like there are definitely maternal instincts. Mine got me to postpartum anxiety. I don't know what everybody else's, but like,
okay.
So what we have with Be Her Village is like this community, this collective community of professionals who care for and hold the knowledge for new parents so that they don't have to sit there and go, oh, what do I do with this baby? I'll try not to mess this up. You know, just the most important thing that I've ever done. You have somebody who can be in your home or supporting you virtually in both caring for the baby, but also caring for yourself, whatever your feeding goals are, just like learning how to exist in this new role. And it really is, it's kind of silly that I'm like sitting here talking about this, that we have to like sell this to new moms who have been sort of conditioned that you should have a baby registry filled with things. And we're like, no, you need support, because literally that's the only way motherhood has ever been done, ever. Yes. This is the experiment. This whole like doing it alone thing is completely brand new and not normal, not biologically normal. It doesn't feel good. And really what this is almost like an adjustment back to the norm, which is mothering in community. And in 2024, that sometimes looks like a paid professional being part of your community rather than your auntie or your neighbor or your sister who lives in the same house as you.
I mean, I remember my registry, I had probably like 200 items on it, and I had no idea. I just was going off of what people told me to get. Yeah. And I look back and I'm like, I didn't need half of this shit. Like, I didn't need most of it. Like, when I boiled down to it, it was pretty simplistic. And I would have dreamed to have a lactation counselor come to my home. Like, I would have dreamed to have a postnatal massage.
Postpartum doula. Hello.
Pelvic floor exercises, like a cleaning company. I mean, we had one anyways, but that's because we had one. But I mean, just imagine having your registry now half of essentials and half of essentials, but for the parents. And I remember even I put something personal on my registry for me, and I kind of got questioned on it. I had put, I forget the company, but it's basically this alarm clock that lights up and it's supposed to like adjust you instead of just beep, beep, beep. And people were surprised I had something for myself on there, and I felt guilty for having something for myself. And looking back, I'm like, no, I actually deserved way more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's a big part of it. And I just like want to go back to what you said, like you had 200 things on your registry, and your wildly generous community who wanted to support you and lift you up got those things for you. And it actually creates a hassle. It creates guilt for not using them. It creates a return chore, or, you know, a storage chore, or trying to find somebody that could use it that's not you. There's this like burden that comes along with that. And meanwhile, you actually need something for you. And that's like part of when I created this, like there's a reason it's called Be Her Village. Like there is a call to action in the name of it. There's a message right from the get-go for the gift givers. Like, this is how you show up. This is how we support her. It's not just about the baby. Because we know, right? Like anybody who's ever had a baby, it's like as soon as you announce you're pregnant, like you almost disappear. It's like all about the bump. It's all about the baby. It's all about everything. Like, we love babies. Of course, we love babies. This is why we're here. And yet there is this like visibility factor for new moms. And part of what we like to say at Be Her Village is like, we think that that babies actually just need one thing, and that's a well-supported mom. right? Like you just need a mom whose needs are met, a parent who has slept or eaten or like felt sane or, you know, like had some moment of peace and normalcy, who has had a meal, a warm meal, who has gone for a walk that day, who has had a visit with somebody, you know, and that is actually the gift that we should be giving babies, is a gift of a supported mother or a supported caregiver of some kind.
I mean, honestly, Lakin wanted me to have a doula. And I had no idea what a doula was until like right up to when I realized you can have a doula and still have, what is it that I got? I'm having a brain fart. No, the shot in my back that numbs me.
Oh, epidural.
Epidural, yes. I didn't realize that you could have a doula and have an epidural, right? Like all of these stigmas. But then I realized, no, I need support because I don't do well with my husband under stressful situations. He's like very laid back and I'm not when we're stressed. And so like I didn't want the experience to be negative for either one of us. And I knew having someone else there to help me know my options, know my risks, and kind of just help me make decisions was going to be what was best for us. And I always tell my friends who are now getting pregnant, my best advice and my only advice that I have is get a doula. And a lot of people are in the same boat as me. What is a doula? At what point can you get a doula? Always. And like, what do they do for you? It's kind of crazy to think that like this isn't more talked about.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree. And part of it is because people don't know. People don't know the support exists, or they create these blocks as to why they shouldn't have one. I'm having an epidural. I'm having a hospital birth. I already have a midwife. My mom will come after, right? Like, or it's too expensive, or only bougie people get that. Like there's these mental blocks that we create for ourselves. And they have to be removed in order for us to access the care we need. And that's part of it. And like whoever's listening to this right now is like doing the work already.
Yes.
How far ahead you are compared to where I was at the same time.
No, this is huge. This episode's so important because even if you're done having children or, you know, you need to let people know that this exists, because, you know, some people don't. And like you said, like there's a stigma around it. Like I tell a lot of my girlfriends, listen, you need a doula. I don't care like how great your pregnancy is going, because you just don't know. Like you need a doula. And they all are like, yeah, but, and then none of them ever get it. And I really do think that, you know, it's that stigma and it's the marketing. We need all of these things for a baby because we can't go to the store when it gets here. I don't know. Like that's ridiculous. I mean, we really need to change as a society, and it begins with talking about it in this episode and your business. It's huge. It's so important.
And even just like, I feel like when you're in the hospital, like, or before you even get to the hospital, you're like, oh, there's going to be a lactation counselor. There's going to be all of this stuff for you. And then, you know, fast forward too, you're sitting in the hospital and like, yeah, you might get a little bit,
like 10 minutes.
But it's kind of like water in a fire hose.
It is. Yeah.
Like by the time I got home, I was like, what the F just happened? And like, I didn't remember anything. You know, I was in such fight or flight. I was so exhausted. I was like, and like I didn't have a lactation specialist come to my house after I was able to breastfeed for 8 weeks. I didn't produce enough, but I still wonder, like, maybe had I had a, you know, lactation counselor come, maybe it would have been different. But like, you don't know what you don't know, and now I know what I didn't know. And yeah, I completely agree, Camellia. It's our job to educate women, no matter where they're at. That these are available.
Because when you're in the thick of things, when you bring that baby home, you don't have time to start looking up lactation. You're just so stressed out. You know, where's lactation provider going to come? I call them. Are they available? No, you need to have all that lined up, all that figured out pre-baby. That's way more important than what burp cloth and what wipe you're going to use. Well, the wipe warmer is ridiculous. Like,
oh my goodness. And then I also think too that a lot of people just assume when you have a baby that all of a sudden your village is like going to pop out of it like thin air and just come take care of you. Yeah. And then you kind of start to realize who your true friends and family are, because a lot of times, people might be there for the baby, not for you. Or people are just like, oh, they're having a baby, let's not bother them.
Right.
And then it can be very isolating to come home and realize like, oh, wait, no one's making me spaghetti. Like, hello, neighbors, I just had a baby. Like, where's my soup? What? And then you're kind of like, ... Like, what the heck? I mean, that happens to a lot of people.
Or they want to come like the day after you get back from the hospital. That's always fun.
Yeah.
I love that. That absolutely happened to me. And I think it happens across the board, and you really
all the time
hit on something. There's this feeling that the village will just show up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't. And it doesn't partially because maybe your village isn't what you think it was, right? Like maybe we haven't built that infrastructure quite the way we need to, but also the village is working full time. The village has their own kids. The village is not the same as it used to be.
It's not the village.
It's just, it's different. And there's this feeling of people will just show up, but how many people are we showing up for, right? Whose loads of laundry are we switching over? How many meals have we cooked for people? There is a different kind of village. It's still as necessary, but it looks like gifting. It looks like paying for professionals. It looks like crowdfunding your village.
It's funds. Yeah. You're basically like GoFundMe in all of these areas that I don't know I need.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's part of how we built Be Her Village. It's designed to make it so easy and so normal and take all the stigma away from this uncomfortable conversation around cash and around funds and bring it into this really normal feeling of buying somebody a baby shower gift. So it is a cash registry. I mean, it's like a GoFundMe, but without the charity piece, right? Without the medical crisis, because giving birth is not a medical crisis and it doesn't need to be a medical crisis. And we don't want it to feel like one. We want it to feel like building your baby registry, learning about all these awesome things and having your support team lined up. And then not having this commitment, not having this return pile. So literally people are coming on to Be Her Village and having thousands of dollars put into their bank accounts to pay for their doulas or their lactation consultants or their tongue tie releases or their postpartum massage or their whatever, whatever comes up for you. Some people don't need breastfeeding help. So maybe they had a lactation consultant. They didn't need them to come. But sometimes something comes up that you don't expect. I'm saying the tongue tie thing because one of our Be Her Village registrants, one of our earlier ones, we have a whole video on our site that we show gift givers so that we can help explain. And she gets in this video and she's like, literally, my breastfeeding relationship happened and was successful because Be Her Village paid for my lactation consultant who told me I had a tongue tie, paid for that with my Be Her Village gifts. And now we're breastfeeding and, just the whole process. And those are all things that you can't anticipate when you're 20 weeks pregnant. You can, but who wants to think about that? Just do what you can. So you get your breast pump, you get your bottles, but now you can also get the funds in your bank account to have to spend on yourself and your baby when those unknowns come up.
This episode of the Mom Betch podcast is brought to you by BTRNation.com. Oh, hey there, Supermom. Are you looking for a snack that will fit your healthy lifestyle and allow you to keep up with your busy days? Well, say hello to BTR Nation. BTR Nation snacks are low sugar, low carb, high protein, high fiber, and low sodium. So it's literally everything that we need to stay energized and feel great. From protein packed bars to guilt-free truffle cups, these snacks are designed to support your active lifestyle and satisfy your cravings, which is why they are my favorite. But the best part is we get to use code MOMBETCH for 20% off and free shipping. So if you're ready to upgrade your snack game, visit btrnation.com, grab your favorite snacks, and fuel your mom's superpowers.
So when you make the registry, and is it just like a fund, like a group fund, or do you I want a doula, pay for that? How does this work?
Oh yeah,
exactly.
Like a system work.
So it's actually even more than just a fund. It's yes and. So the way I like to describe it is it's just like any other gift registry, Amazon, Walmart, Babylist, except that the products are all support people and the gifts are all cash. So you literally go onto Be Her Village, you create a registry and you can shop. You can shop for the types of support. So you shop for cribs or bottles or car seats. So we have doulas and body work and household help and postpartum care. And then you can go into those categories, and we have a whole registry building tool where you then are matched with people in your area. So you can find a doula nearby, or, a lactation consultant nearby, or a mom group that's meeting virtually. And you can add those directly to your registry. So it's about finding your village, because that's half the battle, if not more than half the battle. And then it's about funding it as well, which is just something not that many people are talking about right now, because it's uncomfortable, because there's not a lot of good answers, right? Like, lots of people are like, you need a doula. And it's like, cool, they're $2,000. How do I do that? It's like, I don't know. Maybe go on Medicaid, or, like, if there's some coverage, but it's not universal, and it's just like not accessible for most people right now. And so with Be Her Village, you can build your team, and then you add it to your gift registry, where your friends and family can fund your doula, like ABC doula and XYZ lactation consultant. They can fund the actual person and give towards that. So then you get the funds in your bank account to spend as you need on what you need. But the gift is given with real intention and with real, like, I'm going to support your breastfeeding journey. I'm going to support your birth center fee, because I know that that's important to you. Like, there's this like gathering and like rallying behind what people are envisioning for themselves.
Can you change your mind? Like, let's say you have
I was
a
going to say, like, rearrange the funds.
Like if your needs change post baby.
Yes, it is cash dollars into your bank account. Like, you literally connect your bank account.
So you're not giving Dr. So-and-so. It's just going to, like, Celia wants to work on having a house cleaner. I got my house cleaning fund, but say, hi, magical leprechaun's going to come clean my house, and I can take that money and put it towards something else.
Massage. Exactly. Yeah. Really what we believe is that 100% of the time, mothers will spend that money on what they need. And that is the truth. What we've also found, based on exit interviews with both practitioners and our parents, is that they are spending it on that relationship, because why go through the trouble, right, of like creating this registry and connecting with your team to not spend it? But it literally is like on average $1,100 per registrant that are getting into their bank account. But we've seen registrants get, over $6,000 from their community, because here's the other thing that, like, we sort of haven't touched on, but I'm glad we're here. There's at the least amount, there's $12 billion a year spent on baby shower gifts. $12 billion. And
that's a lot.
If you do the math on that, that's like $3,000 to $5,000 per baby. So there's money. There's money in these communities. And here's the thing, right? Like, you say to someone, and I love that you guys are telling people, you guys need a doula, I always like to say, like, literally science, the studies say doulas improve all these measures. They shorten pushing time, they shorten labor time, they better health and APGAR scores for the baby, better everything, right? So then you say, like, well, how do you afford it? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the important thing. All of this is out of pocket. Your insurance isn't covering any of these services, which is so unfortunate, but that's just where we're at.
It's unfortunate and it's unfair. And I think just based on like the meetings I've been in and the people I've talking to, like, that's changing. I'm hopeful that by the time our daughters are giving birth, that this will be the standard. But the problem is there's people giving birth right now, right? That need that care, that I for sure don't have the attention span for like this long haul, decades long insurance play to try and get this to be something accessible to everyone. Yeah. But you know what we do have right now? We have $3,000 to $5,000 spent on each baby in the baby store. And I think that some of those funds going towards the mother and into her bank account, I bet she could spend that better. And I bet she could spend that on the things that she needs for herself. And that is really the experiment that Be Her Village is like, what if we fund mothers? What does it look like? How does the world change? How do health outcomes change? How does a mother's experience change when you hand her a few $1,000s and go, we love you. Here, this is our gift for you. We know that, you've lined up your support team. We think you should go make that happen. Think about the implications of that, of somebody rather than like me sitting in their recliner in their nursery, like crying and trying to figure this out on my own.
On your own,
and being in the swirls of postpartum anxiety and just and just having this like fierce individualism, right? I was like, I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to be a good mother. And it's like, no, you're a struggling mother.
No, like,
no.
And honestly, like finances shouldn't come into play. Unfortunately, it does on being able to connect people. Cammie, you're going to love this. Okay. Are you ready for some data I'm going to throw your way?
Ooh,
get ready for Cammie to get pissed in 2 seconds. So she said $12 billion are spent on baby registries. Be Her Village, I'll be honest, I don't know any other registry like this. They have, in counting, put in the pockets of new parents $329,000.
Wow.
Look at the opportunity. You know?
Yeah.
There's billions and billions and billions of dollars of opportunity to educate people on this. And like, I'll be quite frank, I would have probably put all of my registry on Be Her Village and paid for all of the rest of the stuff out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. And actually, it's really funny. That's what we do. We sort of like have flipped the switch on the conversation because there are registries like Babylist, for example, like they have all the stuff, right? And then they're like, oh, and also if you want like a maternity leave fund here, you know, it's sort of like this, they do have this conversation around support, which is wonderful. And they have a place to leave a Venmo link.
Yeah.
What we're doing is we have a whole conversation around support, what kinds of support you might need, educating about it, connecting them with practitioners in their communities. And then we go, oh, do you want a stroller fund? We literally like have a place for your stroller fund or your crib fund because you might want those things as well. But it is about flipping that conversation about priority. Like what is more important when you're welcoming this baby? We think it's the village first, and then the things come afterwards.
I want to ask a question about a very important piece before we wrap. And that's the fact that like, you're not just putting money into a fund, you're putting money into a fund where it then allows you to search a database to connect you to the resource. That's huge because it's not like you're just like, okay, here's your fund for a doula. Good luck. It's no, here's your fund and then type in your zip code and we're going to connect you to people in the area that are really leaned into this type of like industry and solution and connecting women. And I'm sure it's really nice for new parents to even get to one, have easy access to these type of providers. And two, you talk about community, it's kind of like building a community because there's probably reviews, right, of other mothers that have used, you know, these different type of providers for their own birth. That's comforting. That's reassuring.
It is. It is. And it's like, that's what we're doing here. So we're making it as easy to shop for these birth and postpartum care professionals as it is to shop for the stroller in the car seat. And that's honestly the dream. And like the dream would be to make it like Amazon Prime where I could have a stroller at my doorstep in 2 hours and I could just like have a doula drop into your life in 2 hours, right? We're going to work towards that. But yes, that is what we're building. We're building just this like absolute ease. And to make building a village something that we can have an intention around and it doesn't like have to be a thing we'll do the next time around, right? Like we can do it this time. Somebody can come to Be Her Village knowing nothing, just knowing like, cool, I heard this might be something I need, you know, and then we walk them through every step of the way. That is what we're doing. That's what we're building towards. And it's really exciting to sort of like take something that is really familiar already and flip the conversation on it.
Yeah. You're like re-envisioning a world, right, of parent education. And it's like truly just like mind blowing. And it's also so sad that there's not thousands of Be Her Villages out there. Like it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there is a huge shift coming over the next 10 to 20 years. I feel it in the air. Like women are not tolerating this subpar experience anymore.
No, because you also like, it's not like the 20s anymore. Like I have to go work after this. So it's like, it's not like I'm like having a baby and then caring for the house and my baby. Yeah. I'm like going back and managing 20 people and making a full-time career and being an equal partner and breadwinner. And like, I'm exhausted. I don't I don't have time to know and to learn every little thing. I need smart choices. And yeah, I agree. Especially the internet, there's no reason why we shouldn't have those resources.
It's just not matching up anymore because we're a Western country. We go back to work and we have the worst quality in postpartum care, not to mention the worst outcomes maternally in the world.
And if you look at that, it's to our own detriment. Not only us as women, but our economy. It doesn't make sense. If corporations and the government and everybody wants more productivity, it wants more profit, more revenue, wants more employee retention, the way to do that is by supporting mothers. So that they can come back more productive, so that they stay with their companies, so that they can be active members, right? And I love that. It's we're not in the 20s. We're not barefoot in the kitchen, unless we want to be. That's
draining.
But we're badass women that are a huge part of this economy and support us. It's dollar for dollar. You're getting your ROI. It's ridiculous not to. I have a friend that is here from Germany, and she's we were talking about it. She's I just don't understand it. Forget the politics. She's I just don't get it from an economic perspective. But she says it her German accent. I'm it doesn't make sense either way. It's this. Honestly, it's this holdover from this misogynistic sort of women are just these cute brained little things to make babies and stay home. And
we'll get over it.
It's done. That's done. Mm-hmm. And this generation of moms is just not accepting anything less than everything they deserve. And it's very cool to be part of it, because I have met so many people, including the two of you, along this journey where everyone is working towards the same thing. And it's a really cool thing, because this world, it can feel really divided at times, especially on social media. It just feels divided and angsty. And actually, women know exactly what we want, and we're all working towards the exact same thing. And it's pretty freaking cool. And mothers especially, because anyone who has been through the experience of motherhood in this country knows what's wrong. You just know it in your bones. You know it in your cells. What is wrong. And we're all doing, there's podcasts, there's people, in Congress, there's people starting gift registries, but people are waking up to this and working together with their own contribution towards that solution, which is really cool.
Amen.
Co-signed.
Yeah. Approved.
I love
my goodness. Well, anyone, announce it from the roofs. I don't know if you remember our intro to you. We're just okay, but when can you schedule? Yeah. No, we don't have any questions. We're just going to go ahead.
We just love you.
BeHerVillage.com, Instagram, BeHerVillage. We're going to have all of the links to Kaitlin's organization. Literally, it is a fundamental obligation to share this with someone you know. And even if you're listening and you're I don't want babies, I don't care. Share it with someone that you know that's going to have one, because this stuff is actually extremely important to our physical and mental health as women.
I love it.
Is there anything that we haven't asked, or is there anything you want to leave our listeners with?
I want to leave your listeners with just just to co-sign your call to action. You have to be intentional about the kind of motherhood you want. So just don't hang up your brain and think the village will show up. My doctor will tell me everything I need. I'll go to the store and make my registry. Be intentional. Create the world that you want. Create the motherhood experience you want. Whether that's using Be Her Village or not, I think you should. But just get out there and show up for yourself, because nothing will change otherwise.
Amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You guys, Be Her Village. She is the next innovator of motherhood.
Yes.
Thank you. And have a wonderful day, Mom Betches. If you are loving the Mom Betch podcast, we really want your help to subscribe, and rate wherever you listen to your podcast, so that we can get more Mom Betches to find us. But I have to give a shout out here for a second. Did you notice the quality of this podcast audio? That's because we have a podcast editor. Miraculously enhance your audio, get custom edits based on your preference, and let your podcast editor make the episode sound so much better with her audio content optimization. If you have a podcast or want one, talk to Taya, our podcast editor. She can help you strategize, edit, make social content, and keep you on track to make sure you have the very best show. AI can only do so much, so treat yourself and set up a free meeting with Taya to see how she can help you with your podcast. Go to tayachura.com/podcast. That's TEACHURA.com/podcast.
Women need to empower women, and our voice matters. Bitch.